One of the advantages of participating in the KCB Kenya National Rally Championship are the varied challenges competitors face as they tackle the series of events, each one in a different corner of the country. Undoubtedly, the most popular event is the annual visit to the coast. And it was here that competitors gathered for the penultimate round of the 2010 series. The base was Kilifi, to the north of Mombasa, where the seaside atmosphere is conducive to just relaxing and enjoying the surroundings. But for competitors taking part in the KCB AMANA banking rally, all that would have to wait. Kilifi town overlooks an inlet off the Indian Ocean, and at the mouth of the creek is the Baobab Sea Lodge, where the rally came under orders, with the cars waiting their turn for the pre-event check. The rally itself would take place inland on a mix of roads that for the most part were new to everyone.
This time, Tim, we've really got something exciting because we've got new roads. This is a 90% new roads rally. Nobody has been on these roads for years and years, or if ever, for a rally. And the sections are a bit of everything. There's very fast.
The outcome of the rally was important for championship positions, as it would be a last opportunity for Balden Chaga and Ian Duncan, who were lying second and third, to exert pressure on the championship leader Alistair Kavanagh. They would be relying heavily on Kavanagh's historical record of not finishing the coast event.
So I think I've finished this event twice, or in 10, 11 years or something. So no, I don't know. We've never had good luck in Mombasa, so I hope that jinx can be broken tomorrow.
Included in the lineup were 4 drivers from Uganda, including Jas Mangat, Ronald Sebuguzi, Ponciano Lwakataka, and the recently crowned Uganda champion Nasa Mutebi.
Maybe I have to do the East African Rally Championship next year. That's why I came to gauge myself against the big boys in the region to see where we really lie.
With all the cars declared fit to take part, they headed for the nearby holding area, where the record entry of 49 cars made for an impressive display. At the start venue adjacent to the KCB Kilifi branch, thousands of local residents waited to witness what must have been the highlight of the town's year. All welcomed to the occasion by Councillor Anthony Kingi.
I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the town of Kilifi. We also want to ask you to enjoy the beautiful beaches that are here, and also to enjoy the hospitality of Kilifi people.
Peter Horsey, navigated by Des Morris, had been drawn to run first on the road, with the excited residents giving them a rousing send-off. The transport to the first stage took the cars through the town centre, but most of the residents were already waiting to see the cars on a nearby spectator section. It was a brief 800-meter stage run amongst the trees overlooking the Kilifi Creek. The stage was run mainly for the benefit of the Kilifi residents, as well as being a useful shakedown and warm-up for the drivers. Ian Duncan and Amos Slutch drew the biggest cheer driving the National Oil pickup, but they were 4 seconds off the fastest time and would only claim 11th. Alistair Kavanagh and Gavin Lawrence were the stage winners and would start the main rally with a 1-second advantage. The section was the only competitive run on day 1, and the cars regrouped at the Baobab Sea Lodge for the overnight halt. As the sun slowly dawned over the creek the following day, the crews were already waiting at the first control 20 kilometers inland. Once again, Peter Horsey and Des Morris led the field, this time road sweeping the main stages of the event. The 10 stages to be tackled included another 1-kilometer spectator stage, which was repeated 5 times. The meat of the rally were the remaining 5 sections. Stage 2 was run once, with stages 4 and 6 repeated, making up the overall competitive distance of 215 kilometers. The national oil pickup of Ian Duncott and Amo Slutch is at its best when the roads are fast and open, and with the higher sitting position, even the yumps and rough were easier to gauge. On the first technical 17-kilometer stage, they were only 6th quickest, but got into their element on the fast 60-kilometer section to take the rally lead by 9 seconds. Despite Alistair Cavan and Gavin Lawrence gauging their rally to ensure a finish, with a priority on points rather than victory, they were not driving at 100%. They took the stage win on the opening section, but lost to Duncan on the long stage and settled into 2nd. Lee Rose and Piers Dakin were off the early pace, trailing by 6 seconds on the opening stage, placed them in 3rd. They were unconcerned this early on in the rally, confident that they would quickly recover the time lost. But it all came to an abrupt end when the engine died at the end of stage 4 and refused to restart.
There's fuel in the tank, there's fuel pressure, but it just won't start. There's no fuel going to the engine, so we'll have to have a look at all the sensors and see what the hell's wrong.
Ponciano Luakataka and Musa Ntsubuga set off determined to make an impression, but their flat-out strategy gave them no leeway for error. They rolled within 5 minutes of the start, firmly planting their car in a ditch. It took over an hour to get it out, and there was no point in continuing.
No, my navigator read medium left. I didn't add long, so I thought that's medium. And I came, I put number 5. I was number 6. I put number 5. Then I found out when it was wrong. I went outside. I went off the road.
3rd place was picked up by Jas Mangat and Gihan De Silva, also from Uganda. Jas is always a threat for victory whenever he takes part in Kenya, but has always been unlucky. He was hoping all that would change on this rally and was in a confident mood.